Hi, parents. Kirk Jones, high school pastor at North Coast Church Fallbrook, giving you the weekend recap for December the 11th. This past weekend, we talked about Genesis chapter 4, the story of Cain and Abel. And we looked mostly at Cain's choices that he made. And we talked a little bit about sacrifice and how sacrifice is only sacrifice if it hurts, which means that I couldn't decide that I want to dedicate my homework to the Lord for a month by not doing it. But sacrifice is only sacrifice if it hurts. And we talked about giving God your best means giving up your best. We also looked at how Cain always tried to blame his situation on something else. The fact that if his brother hadn't uh, brought a better offering, he wouldn't have looked so ridiculous, and how the world is often going to tell you that it's not your fault, and that you should blame whatever your circumstances or your situation on someone or something else. And so we kind of looked at the opposite of that, and how sin is a choice, and that we take full responsibility for the choices that we make. And last but not least, we talked about how avoiding the light means that you're in the dark, and that God said, if you live righteously, I will treat you so. But if you do not, sin is crouching at your doorstep waiting to overtake you. And so, by not being in the light, it's not that we can remain neutral and that God just kind of looks at us and goes, oh, no big deal. But that we're in the dark, and that it's better for us to pick a side than to remain neutral. And so we looked at Revelation 7:15, I think it was. Maybe not. It's the verse that talks about how God knows our deeds, that we're neither hot nor cold, and that because we're lukewarm, He's about ready to spit us out of His mouth. Um, and we talked about how it is a lie that the world can tell you, oh, yeah, just if you don't pick a side, you'll be fine. You're actually on the battlefield right now, and it's um, not very wise for us to remain neutral. So that's kind of what we talked about. Coming up this week, we'll probably do some sort of a Christmas message. So we'll take a small break from Genesis, and then starting in January, we will jump into chapter 5. So hope this helps. Hope this spurs some discussions at home. And I will see you on the weekend.